Okay, am I live? I think I'm live. I'm just live briefly just to talk about some stuff that doesn't mean anything really in my doll projects. It's like nothing important, nothing worthy of making a video about. So I'm really tired today, and I thought maybe if I went live I would perk up, but probably not. So checking my email here. Okay, let me go back over to here. Okay, so I just made a little video about this, but I'm going to show it anyway. I got this doll from eBay today, and it was listed as a Kelly doll, but it's actually a kidcore doll, and I can't get her shoes off. So I looked up kidcore doll, and there were actually some more doll lots on eBay that had actually more of these guys with different hair, and dang it, I don't know if I can get these shoes off. I might have to snip the backs to get this off. I mean, it looks like they come off. They're loose on here. So, and it looks like the other dolls that were this size had these different colored bodies. As if I don't know if the original plastic was made this way or if they oxidized over time. So they had these little ones, and then they had older ones, like more teenage or preteen age dolls. So I still couldn't find any, like, other than the dolls themselves, I couldn't find any like details on them and what their deal was. Her middle, as you can see, it is twisty, but it's kind of like, I don't really trust it. Her legs are on there really well. And her arms, sorry, I don't think you can see anything. Her arms and her legs are tight. And so I don't know if this was like a Barbie clone line or if this was something made, like, I don't know who made these dolls. This arm seems to be maybe a little bit loose here. But you see how there's a difference in color tone in their bodies? So I'm kind of interested in these dolls now because the older dolls are pretty cute and they're really cheap online. So anyway, I might at some point pick up a lot of, they have like mixed lots of these little girls with the older girls. I might pick up a lot just to mess with them. It looks like they're, once you get her hair out, it does have some very big gaps in the hair. So even though this hair is in good shape, I'm actually now not going to feel so guilty about cutting it off. I was going to turn this into Cindy Lou Who, and I'm wondering if I can take, I think Cindy Lou has short hair. I wonder if I could actually just like cut this off really close and then use it as part of the hairdo, like a very thin, wispy, short hairdo. Like, I wonder if I could glue onto her scalp with this and just reuse her own hair. They have funny little bodies, so I wonder if I do a slit down the back with an X-Acto blade, if I could get this shoe off. It seems like they're like not meant to come off. Oh wait, let's see. Oh, I did get it off. Okay, they have feet, and it did come off. It's just very difficult. So let me take that off. there. You just have to be strong with it. And she's got cute little feet. And she's very clean. There's no staining. There's no... Yeah. I wonder if I could put her on a different body at some point. Well, we'll see. I mean, it doesn't really matter for right now. So the other thing is, I have this... I'm going to put these somewhere so they don't... I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see. All right, so there's that doll. Now, I have this cheap Tinkerbell doll. It does actually say Tinkerbell on it. It's a Jax 383 Tinkerbell. And she's a Goodwill find from a few years ago that belonged to a young person that I now have. She's got some junk on her face. My question is, let me see where her body is. It fell down. Yeah. Fell off my desk. I guess I'm going to have to bend all the way over. That was a chore, sorry. So, she has a very loose body. She's got something going on with her arm. Yeah, it's like somebody put glitter glue or glitter something on her. I don't know. After the debacle I had with the other doll with the nail polish remover I have, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I should just try to clean her up and do something, or if I should just redo, like, you know, make her a custom doll. I don't know. Or if I should just try to, like, her hair was completely cut off, so I rooted it. I took it out. I don't know if I should reroot her or give her a new hairdo or a wig. If I should try to keep her face the same or repaint her. I don't know what I should do with this doll. Yeah, she's pretty loose. She still holds poses, but she wiggles out of them. So I don't know. I really like these dolls' bodies, but I don't like how they all these Disney dolls have their little arms that go out to the side. But I guess, you know, if you're like a little girl playing with these, that's fine. The other thing I wanted to say is, so I never finished my Maleficent doll challenge. So, and I was unhappy with the fit. So what I've decided to do is, because my original idea was that I wanted to sew it up and closed on the doll, and then have a back opening with the Velcro or snaps or something. But then I didn't want to, like, then I realized, oh, I'd have to make, like, the collar can be one piece, and so that intimidated me. So anyway, I've decided that, and when I made it, because I had foregone the back closure, it was too big in the back, and so then when I put it on the doll, I had to, like, leave it open in the front and make a bunch of alterations in the back to tighten it down, which I don't like. So I also don't like what happened here with this sleeve. I do eventually want to make this completely over, because I'd like to get some, I'd like to make something that's lined with purple on the inside. But what I think I'm going to do is, I'm going to cut this up the back, and then I'm going to close the, I'm just going to cut it straight up, and then I'm going to close those ends in because they're going to overlap. And then I'm going to sew up the front. And I didn't want this to be super form-fitting, because Maleficent's dress in the pictures, in the cartoon, is straight up and down. But I don't know if I made it too big or again, if that's because of the way I had the back. Plus her gore in the back, I think, goes up slightly too high. So I want to try to change this to a back closure, finish up the top, and get that actually on the doll and finished, because I never technically finished the challenge. But one of the reasons that I'm getting inspired to finish the challenge is because here's our Maleficent, right? I found an Aurora to go with her that I thought was super cute, and she wasn't dressed in her original outfit. The seller was selling her, I think it was Mercari, was selling her in a Barbie dress. And you know me, I actually like to recreate things for dolls rather than buy them in their outfits. I like to buy them used and then make something for them. So, so she's coming, and I'm excited about that. So I want to get the Maleficent dress finished, and then I want to make an Aurora dress. And I'm thinking that I'd like to actually, I need to find a Prince Philip too. This is my absolute favorite Barbie movie, is Sleeping Beauty, or not Barbie, God. Disney movie. My absolute favorite Disney movie of all time is that. And so I would like to get the rest of them, but I would also like to do dresses that aren't just like the movie. I'd like to do like more period pieces, more period, like 14th century dresses or whatever. Anyway, so I need to make her a better, I have this pretty thick knit stretch pants on her right now, or stockings as like body protector, although she was in that black outfit for weeks and she didn't stain. But I'd like to make her something lighter that's a form-fitting garment underneath that will protect her body. So another option is that I noticed, and I wish so when I got this Lucy doll, I don't know if you can see it, but so I've been thinking about this too. You see that she came with this fitted plastic body protector that's actually gored to fit her like a glove, so that when her dress went on her, she didn't stain. Crap. Hold on a second. Why isn't this working? Hey. I am trying. Sorry about that. My stupid, I tried to hit the volume on my OBS, and I don't know. It just didn't want to. So that was lovely interruption. Not that, again, no, nobody's watching now, but if anybody watches this back, that's going to be boring right there. So I'm wondering, I mean, I think this is really clever, and they're not just wrapped. It's actually like a, like a little corsety thing. I mean, it's not holding her in or anything. The back isn't really, it's just like sealed, but they did make a waistline, and they did seam this. It's actually seamed with thread, which I find very interesting. So, I'm wondering if, I don't know, I'm just been thinking about like if something like that would be worth like creating for dolls if you were going to be worried about their outfits. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it on her or what, but I think that was really interesting. So I wonder what kind of, I mean, it feels like it's a pretty thick plastic. I wonder if like, I've never thought about sewing on plastic like that. That's, all right, what's wrong with you, Lucy? Why don't you want to be on your stand? There we go. You guys know I have a problem with these stands. Okay, so some other things, like I'm still waiting for that part on my grandmother's, for the presser foot for my grandmother's sewing machine, and I'm irritated by it because the little doll that I just got, it went from Ohio through Indianapolis to I'm in South Bend, Indiana, and it went through the post office system, and it got to me faster than the part that I'm waiting on, which I ordered before and is also going through UPS and it also zoomed through Ohio, and it has been sitting in Indianapolis for like 2 or 3 days now, just sitting there. Now, I knew that shipping and stuff was going to be a nightmare around Christmas, but it went down to Fort Wayne, and if it had just gone straight from Fort Wayne to me, it would have been here, because Fort Wayne's only like an hour away, and Indianapolis is like 2 hours away. So, but they rerouted it down to the main place in Indianapolis, and there it sits. So I'm really frustrated because I want to sew some things, and I don't want to spend all day doing it by hand, and I really want to play with my machine, which is there, that old girl right there. And I can't, because, I mean, I can, it works. It's just that it smears on, it smears. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is I had all these plans to make things, and I've been having a week, so things didn't get done, and I've been trying and trying and trying. You remember this doll that I showed you with the Blythe body that I've like mapped out? And I've been trying and trying and trying to make a blouse. I have now gotten it pretty good. I have sleeves that fit it. They're not on this version. And I was trying to make a collar. So I spent a few days looking at actually how to make collars. And I was wondering if I could actually like make a real but scaled down collar. And it just seems like that's pretty unrealistic. So I guess the trick is to get it to the right scale. So anyway, this is not sewn on because I was just trying to get a pattern made for it, because I wanted this dress here, or not this dress. So there's 2 reasons I'm trying to work this out. One, I want to make a 1950s type dress that has collars on it. And I want to do, originally I was thinking I would just like do something under here and actually have it closed in the back and have an open front. But then I thought, at this scale, any closures I make are going to be too big or too bulky. So I was like, well, I'll just have to create some kind of a faux closure in front, and then I will have to make it close in the back. But then again, I run again into the issue I was having with the Maleficent, which is that this collar needs to be split in the half in the back and closed up. So we'll have to be nicely finished here. And then it won't actually match, like it won't actually, it'll either fold or just touch each other in the back somehow. So that's unfortunate. And so for some reason, it's a little trickier than I thought it was going to be to do this, to get it right. So once I get it right and I have the pattern, you know, it'll be good, but yes. So anyway, I got to figure the collar out so that I can do it exactly every time, because I want to be able to reuse this to either to make different either shirts or dresses for the Blythe dolls. So I was really trying to work on this pattern. So I was doing that. But I took a break on that because, again, bad week. I went through my grandmother's sewing stuff and organized, like I found all of the bobbins that she had in this bobbin case. And I went through and I found all the presser feet that she had with it in this box, some of which are original to the machine. Like this is the original, oh, there's some more bobbins over there. This is the original case that came with the machine and with the accessories. It's a slant needle Futura 900. And these were these didn't have computers in them, right? So these discs here, you would put these in and they would make your fashion stitches or different utilitarian stitches. So it had some of these things in there. It comes with 10 stitch settings, but then it had these weird gear things. And you put these weird gear things in. I don't know if you can see this one. Do you see that right there on here? There's a Scotty dog on there. So if you stuck this on there, it would make a Scotty dog stitch, which is super cute. Flexi stitch is what they called it. So, and then it came with a bunch of feet, and you know, I had to look up, I was looking up all the different feet and I couldn't find the zipper foot. And then so I found this in there, and this does not actually come with the machine, so she must have bought this separate. And this is a slant needle zipper foot. And they don't make slant needles machines anymore of any kind, so that's interesting also. I didn't even know that that was a thing. I had to look it up because I was like, what? The needles? What is a slant needle? What is a slant shank zipper foot? And I had to look up, and I had no idea that it was even a thing, or that my thing slanted. I didn't notice it until I looked at it, and I was like, compared to other regular machines or modern machines. And I was like, wow. So I guess they don't make them anymore. That was a thing they did back in the 50s to 70s or something, but they don't make them anymore. And I joined like a vintage sewing forum, a vintage sewing machine forum. And it was quite interesting how those people like won't buy any new, or a group on Facebook actually, and they won't buy any new singers anymore. They think singers are garbage, and modern singers are garbage. They won't buy them. They swear by older machines. I guess they say that in the 90s when Singer was bought out and went, I guess they're Chinese now, it's a Chinese owned company, that the quality went to hell. I don't know if that's true or not. If you have a Singer machine and it's modern, let me know what you think of it. But all these people are very enthusiastic about these old kinds of machines that don't have any computerized parts, and you can like repair them and adjust them yourself, and they last forever. So once the part, so I need to get some sewing machine oil. I think it needs to be oiled, and I think I can do it myself. I also found this service. I have a manual. Oh, I found the actual manual that it came with. So I have that and the online version. Look at this baby. The world's most advanced sewing machine I have here in my hands. And hers came in this cabinet. And I have this cabinet, this desk, but it's downstairs. It is super heavy. And the goal, so when I got this from my grandmother, I originally got this before she passed, the machine, and we removed it from this cabinet. And I took it home and I was going to use it. Well, I didn't get around to learning how to use it until before she passed. Then after she passed, I didn't get around to using it before she passed. And after she passed, nobody else in the family wanted this desk cabinet, so I hauled this home too. It's very, very, very heavy. And it's down in my living room right now, covered in my husband's record show stuff. But eventually the goal is to clean this room out and then make a spot for it. And so I can then use it again, or at least use it as a surface to do stuff on. Because I honestly don't really want this. I don't know if I want the sewing machine back in the cabinet. I see no point to that of like hiding it away since, I guess this was in her bedroom and her bedroom was pretty big, but she didn't want a sewing machine sitting out all the time. So she had this desk and it looked really nice. But this is up in my craft room and I have zero reason to hide it. So I will probably keep it out. I just put it on top. But I found this in that box of stuff and it's pretty cool. But like I said, I have I did find it also online and I have the PDF version of it anyway. But now that I was happy to see this. So, because this will make it easier. I won't have to be like turning around to go to my computer or looking at a tiny phone screen. I can actually see this in color. It's easier to read. And so then I was looking, I was like, I don't really want to pay like $70 to get it oiled and cleaned when I can open it up and do it myself, probably. So I have been able to find the service manuals online for the 900s. But they're kind of expensive and I don't need them right now, so I'm going to hold off on that. So I think I'll probably just like oil. I don't even have any sewing machine oil right now, so I'm going to get some. After that part comes in, I'll see how it's working. So what I'm concerned about is this. I can get all kinds of parts for this machine still, and I can get all kinds of feet that will work on this machine still. But what I'm concerned about are these rubber feed dogs and whether or not the new stock, which is actually old stock that hasn't been used, is also going to have the effects and ravages of time on it, and which means that it's going to be difficult to find one and I'm going to be spending a lot of money on these parts trying to find one that doesn't like break down and leave sponges on my sewing. So I'm wondering if I can switch to a metal foot. And that was one of the reasons I was looking at the online group. I was trying to figure out, I was going to maybe approach them. Those people seem to be more interested in the 1950s and 60s and earlier, definitely earlier, a lot of them with the big fancy ornate Victorian, Edwardian stuff. But like one guy had a huge collection of slant needle machines, and I saw one of those in the back. Anyway, so my point is that I would like to find out if somebody on there would know if it's possible to replace, if I keep having a problem, to replace the rubber feed dogs with metal ones. And the reason they used rubber, I guess, was because it grips soft fabrics. It's got that like more of a tacky surface. So it will grip softer or heavier materials without leaving dents or marks from the serrated teeth of the metal feet. So that is my understanding. Maybe I could, I don't know. I'm sure I could hack it somehow. Like I said, I've tried using paper underneath when sewing pieces, and that's fine, but it leaves marks on the thread. So it'll leave most of the marks on the paper, but then it does catch some of the thread. And when I sew larger seams, I'm not picking up the smudging rubber so much. It's when I'm trying to do tiny doll seams that it's, especially at the beginning and of the fabric, even with the stabilizer under there, because it's such a narrow little seam, it gets caught and then it smears. So that sucks, since I'm mostly sewing for dolls right now. So I think that's everything that I've been obsessing about up here. I'd like to make that Stony Clover Lane doll outfit, but again, I don't want to, I'm going to be sewing on pink knit fabric, and I do have needles for knit fabrics for the machine that came lovingly from my grandmother, but I don't want to smear the fabric or get that doll messed up if that transfers to her. So I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm annoyed that I'm waiting. Yeah, these are the sleeves for the blouse, and they fit perfectly now. I've made them so that they fit perfectly. So I really want to try to get that. I really need to get back to all that and try to figure out what else I need to do. Also, things have been crazy around here, and I need to give this away. There was like 3 people that were interested in it. I need to go back and through my videos and find those names and draw for it. I'm very sad about this. So I want to, I have those other 2 heads, and I have the eyes to put in that doll, and I want to get my, I want to get Rainbow High going again. I want her to not be just a naked body, like laying around. And you know, there's something I realized that I got another ad today for the new looks, Barbie looks doll, the $100, the third one, the $100 set. I should have realized it when looking at her, but that's a curvy Barbie, and that's really cool. So, gosh, I wish I had just like $300 lying around so I could get all 3 of those dolls. But I don't, sadly. Anyway, I mean, I don't love her face, but like I said, I really liked her outfits, and I love that she's curvy. So I think that's like something to be like, I don't know. I love the curvies. I just don't. Yeah, they're just, I don't know. I want to make some patterns and sew for the curvies because I now have 2 curvies. I have that curvy yoga doll, and I have the curvy looks girl, and I need to get her out of that black outfit and make her something else. So I want to start designing some other clothes for them. And yeah, I think that's all I had to say today. I did wake up a little bit talking to you guys, so that's good. I was literally falling asleep in my chair here. So if you stuck through this crazy rambling live, I appreciate it. And I don't announce these lives again. If like somebody happens to be on and they happen to come by, that's awesome. And I love it when you guys show up. But honestly, sometimes I just make these because I want to talk about doll stuff, but I don't want to do editing because I'm having a week, and I think I'm going to be having a week for a while. So there's not going to be very much polished content on my channel. I apologize. And is that everything? That's everything for right now. So I hope we all have a happy December. Oh, I did want to show one more thing, if I can find it. Is it here? No, I got some, it looks like I've got some real suede from my grandmother's stash. That was cool. I could use this for either doll shoes or bead embroidery, for backs of bead embroidery. It's really soft and nice. But that's not what I wanted to show you. There's 2 more things I wanted to talk about. Crud. I might have to save it for another video. Yeah, I can't find it. I wanted to, there was some strange scissors that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I bought some new fabric that I wanted to show you for an upcoming challenge. Oh yeah, here it is. Got stuck under here. I posted this on Instagram, but it's pretty funny. It says, "Jackpot, you got the end of the bolt." Wow. Why? Are they just being silly, or is that actually a jackpot? So I bought this fabric for the Nightmare Before Christmas challenge. I got it off of Amazon, I believe. And it's like a satin. And so I guess this is the jackpot that I got the end of the roll. I guess it's a yard. Is this a yard? It looks like a yard. Now, it's actually more lime green than it's showing up on my, it looks a little more minty green here on my iMac camera, but it's actually a lime green more. So if you have stayed to the end of this, and you can guess which character I will be making for the Nightmare Before Christmas challenge in this fabric, I will be super, I don't have anything to give you right now, sadly, but I will be amazed and super impressed and give you all kinds of props. So, what character do you think I bought this for? Oh, where's that box? I really want to know where that box is that I was going to show you guys. No, that's something else. Some other weird stuff I might show you at some point from the sewing stuff that I found in my grandmother's stash. And I also found some old fabric that I got from Goodwill. I think it was Goodwill several years ago when I was making crocheted bags as lining that I never used. And one of them looks like it's going to be good for Christmas. So if I make something, I want to make maybe a little Blythe Christmas dress or something. If I make that, I will show it to you. I have a lot of things going on potentially this month that might interfere health-wise with things that with my projects and stuff, but I feel like, you know, like with the Maleficent and Aurora, I can always come back to those, and the same thing with, if I don't get to the Nightmare Before Christmas, that's like, I can make that whenever. I'm going to make that for a Blythe doll. So, and I'm going to go look up Cindy Lou Who now before dinner, and since I got the doll and I'm kind of excited about it, and start thinking what to do with that. And I hope that you guys have a lovely evening, and I will be around soon. Thanks for, if you sit through this later and you've made it this far, this did wake me up, so I hope that you enjoyed it. It was a tonic for me to wake me up, so I had to focus. It was good. So, all right, I'm going to stop streaming now, and I will talk to you guys later with some more doll stuff when it happens. Peace.